stock markets this morning. Bear in mind, both the Sensex and the Nifty have been scaling new record highs on a daily basis over the course of the past couple of weeks. The Nifty closing above the 65,000 mark yesterday, and Nifty closing above the 19,300 mark. Sensex above 65,000, Nifty above 19,300. And in this morning's trade too, both the indices, Sensex and Nifty, are up about 0.5%. A flattish opening, so to speak. Nifty continuing to be above the 65,200 mark, 200-point gain for Sensex in the first 1 hour of trade today. And Nifty also up above the 19,350 mark, up about 50 points in this morning's trade. So markets off to a solid start after what has been a very good week. And the question is, how long will this rally continue? I have Kartik Malhotra now joining us in the studio for more of that. Kartik, talk to us. It looks like the momentum is not abating at this point in time and is just getting better and better for the stock markets.
Anything but. Morning, Krishna. I think it's a good day for the trade setup out there. And there was talks yesterday, chatter yesterday, that Nifty in today's trade could well breach the 19,400 mark as well. Like you mentioned, it's had a flattish start, but holding ground fairly firm as we speak right now. Nifty is still above the 19,300 mark, 19,306 right now at 10:02 a.m. Let's look at Sensex. Sensex is also up almost 200 points from the 65,000 levels it breached yesterday. Flattish open again. We saw the Sensex move up to 65,227. It is down 7 points to 65,200 right now. And let's look at the advanced decline on the Nifty pack. Well, pretty much equal. The market breadth, as they say, 24 advances, 25 declines, 1 unchanged. So, the bull run is absolutely clear and present. And let's hope this party continues.
Yeah, let's hope this party continues. The only question here is that if and when there is a bit of a pause in this momentum, and that is the good time for anybody who's watching these markets from the sidelines to get in. So all those of you watching, hey, the stocks are too high, the Sensex is too high, hold on, wait for the right time to enter the markets, because the fact of the matter is that even if there is a correction, the long-term story for the Indian markets is absolutely fantastic. You can only expect the Indian markets to go up further and further over the course of time. Nothing happens overnight, but for now, it's a bull party in the stock markets. Whoever invested, especially during the pandemic when the markets were down, well, they are doing really well for themselves, aren't they, Kartik?
Totally. So, yeah, I think, that's what the analysts are saying. Don't take our word for it. We are not certified financial advisors, brokers, nothing. Yeah. Not directly invested in equity. So that's a disclaimer right there. But that's the story that everybody is weaving. And I think there's no doubt that the whole world seems to be bullish on India, and that reflects in the fact that FPI inflows have been at record high, all-time high. And yeah, I think the markets are also closely watching the rate cycle in the US, not just in India. India has taken a pause, and there is greater momentum expected in markets right now. But the world is also looking at US Fed. And there are hopes that the US recession, so talked about, may actually never come, or not come in the foreseeable future at least. So if the US inflation doesn't come, and if the US markets stay afloat, then the India story is also going to continue. So overall, I think things are looking good. Of course, yesterday was also historic because the HDFC Bank merger saw the merged entity, HDFC Bank, reach a market capitalization of 9.6 trillion. And that's, of course, that's a huge celebration for Indian markets. And as you're speaking of banking mergers, in today's news, we are also looking at IDFC and IDFC Bank announcing a merger. IDFC First Bank announcing a merger, which is likely to get completed in the next 9 to 12 months.
Right.
So that's the sort of consolidation story happening in the banking sector here.
Right, and also the consolidation story as far as the Indian stock markets are concerned, consolidating news from across the world. Very important point that you make. That recession that was talked about in the US might not arrive, might not. We will keep you posted and updated on that as and when we get an update.